Welcome to Chinese Novel Audiobook. Chapter 21. Sir, what kind of person are you? Lin Beifan laughed and scolded, Dolly, as the saying goes, eat without talking or sleeping. You are busy eating now, so don't talk. If you eat more, you will have the strength to work, you know. Okay, young master. Dolly replied happily. And Xiao Kui, don't be polite to me. Lin Beifan said again. Yes, my lord. Xiao Kui laughed. Then, Lin Beifan said to the beautiful Li Shishi in front of him, the hospitality is not good, it is not as good as Beowafeng, I hope you don't dislike it. Li Shishi showed a smile, like 100 flowers blooming, the adults are joking. You treat me with the best things, and the little girl is too late to be happy, how can you dislike it? Li Shishi picked up the bowls and chopsticks, and put a piece of chicken for Lin Beifan, and said with a smile, Sir, let's eat together. Lin Beifan nodded and smiled. Okay, let's eat together. The two moved chopsticks at the same time. Lin Beifan eats at a normal pace, but Li Shishi eats slowly. She found that although the taste of this dish was not as good as that of Beowafeng, it was more human, which made her appetite, and she ate a few more bites than usual. There was no nightlife in ancient times. After dinner, there is nothing to do and prepare to rest. Li Shishi did the same. After eating, he returned to his room to prepare for bed. However, looking back on what happened today, it still feels like a dream. It turned out that he was still working as a shepherd in Beowafeng, but suddenly he redeemed himself and went back with a strange man he saw only once. I thought I jumped into an abyss, and from now on I will be with the corrupt officials I hate the most. When I came in, I found that things seemed to be a little off. The other party lived a very poor life, did not spend money to enjoy it, did not invite anyone to take care of it, eat and drink very common things, and did not see any valuables, and did not look like a corrupt official at all. Moreover, after getting along, Lin Beifan gave her a good feeling. His smile was clean and his eyes were pure. He was not as glib and lewd as the people he had seen in the brothel before, and he did not have the official tone of an official. He looked at people equally. I respect her very much and don't look down on her because of her background. Let her get along very comfortable, and some nostalgia. Thinking about it, she lost some sleep. Sir, what kind of person are you? At this time, in the palace. After the empress approved the memorial, she couldn't help looking out the window and found that it was already dark. Your Majesty, please use tea. An old eunuch came over with a cup of hot tea. Okay. The empress nodded, stood up and moved her body a little, then sat down again and asked while drinking tea, what's new in the capital recently? Tell me. As the emperor, I was busy with business and could not go out of the palace often. So when she is free, she wants to listen to the situation outside to relieve loneliness and depression. This feeling is a bit like brushing headlines in later generations. Go back to your Majesty, an interesting thing happened today, it's about the new champion Lin Beifan. The old eunuch laughed. About Lin Beifan. The empress was taken aback. What did this guy do? Tell me in detail. Yes, your Majesty. The old eunuch explained the matter. After listening to this, the empress couldn't help shaking her head and laughing. Okay, you Lin Beifan. I approved you as a fake, you don't have a good rest at home, but you have the heart to go to the brothel. Going to the brothel, I even brought home the number 1 Oran in the capital. Talented and romantic. Even the champion of the new division that I am optimistic about is not exempt. Yes, your Majesty. The old eunuch couldn't help laughing. It is said that at that time, Zhuangyuan Lin was still unwilling, but Master Li was still determined to follow Zhuangyuan Lin, even at the expense of his own money to redeem himself, which made countless men jealous and scolded, and bought drunk in the middle of the night. He even left a poem that swept the city and made countless women sleepless. Oh. What poems did he leave behind to cause such a big movement? The empress was curious. The old eunuch, who had been prepared for a long time, read the poems in. After listening to it once, the queen remembered it, and read it out herself. Going to the brothel alone, the moon is like a hook, the lonely phoenix tree is locked in the clear autumn in the middle of the night. The cutting is constant, and the rationale is still chaotic. In my heart. It is indeed a good song. With just a few sentences, the sad image of a brothel woman is portrayed, and it will surely be passed down through the ages. It is worthy of being the champion of the new division. Your Majesty said yes. The old eunuch bowed his head in response. However, this woman Li Shishi, what is the purpose of approaching Lin Beifan? The empress frowned. You must know that although Li Shishi is a green lord, but he was born in a mixed brothel, and he can become the first courtier in the capital. He is definitely not a simple character. Such a woman has seen many talented and knights of all kinds, how could she still fall in love with Lin Beifan at first sight? And follow Lin Beifan at all costs? Among them, there must be ulterior motives. And Lin Beifan is someone she values very much, and she has high hopes for her. If something happens because of this, it will be over. Let me thoroughly investigate Li Shishi and her purpose of approaching Lin Beifan. Yes, Your Majesty. Chapter 22. Is he really a corrupt official? It is very simple for the emperor to investigate an ordinary person. In less than an hour, all the information about Li Shishi was gathered in the hands of the empress. Master Li, 20 years old, a gentleman from Baowafeng. The appearance is unsurpassed and beautiful, and he is proficient in all aspects of piano, chess, calligraphy and painting, and is known as the first courtier in the capital. It was originally the daughter of the criminal minister Li Guangyao. After reading it, the empress nodded. It turned out to be to get rid of the entanglement of Gao Tianyu, the son of the minister of officials. That's why I chose Lin Beifan. After all, the champion of the new division is much stronger than the illiterate second-generation ancestor. The empress put down the documents and sighed. This is also a helpless means of self-protection for a brothel woman. Born in a brothel, her status is low, and only by finding a good backer can she keep her innocence. However, this woman has a good eye, and she has picked the champion that even I am optimistic about. Tisk tisk. In her life, she can be considered extremely prosperous. Good luck. Your Majesty, how to deal with Li Shishi? The old eunuch asked. The empress pondered for a moment and said, I will observe it for a while. If there is no problem, forget it. Yes, Your Majesty. The old eunuch bowed his head respectfully, glanced at the empress, expression secretly, and said cautiously, Zhuang Yuan Lang may have a grudge against this Li Shishi and Gao Tianyu, the son of the minister of officials. Do we need to? Hearing the words, Gao Tianyu, the empress showed deep disgust on her face. To be honest, she was very disgusted by these yamen who were ignorant, and who relied on the power of their fathers to be foxes and tigers, and to act indiscriminately. It's fine if you don't have the skills, and you're still messing around with me. It's just outrageous. It's just that although these Yane did bad things, they didn't do anything major. Make no big mistakes, keep making small mistakes. It's really not easy for her as an emperor to step over their parents and clean up this group of little bastards. The empress waved her hand. Don't worry about anything, leave it to Zhuang Yuan Lang to handle it himself. If you can't even take care of the small government office, how can it be a heavy responsibility? Yes, Your Majesty. The old eunuch bowed his head. The night passed quickly. On the second day, Li Shishi got up very early. Because he didn't sleep well last night, his face was a little sleepy. Originally wanted to meet Lin Beifan according to the etiquette, but found that the other party was already empty. Looking at Dolly who was sweeping the floor, he called out, Dolly. Vigorously bowed his head and said respectfully, Young mistress, what do you have to order? Li Shishi asked, Where is your lord, why don't you see him? Dolly answered without hesitation, If you go back to the young lady, the young master went out to play. Going out to play? Li Shishi was stunned. Yes. The young master said that Her Majesty the Empress only granted him a 3-day vacation. If you don't hurry up and play now, you won't have a chance in the future. So, go out very early. Dolly laughed. After Li Shishi heard Dolly's words, for some reason, he suddenly had the urge to laugh. Have a good vacation, not ready to deal with the next work, but want to go out to play. Isn't this just like the innocent children in the school? Please. You are the champion of the new division, an official of the imperial court, and a celebrity beside the empress. Shouldn't you work conscientiously and diligently to serve the imperial court? Why do you still want to play? This contrast is too great. The sleepy look on his face suddenly disappeared. She became more and more curious about Lin Beifan, so she beckoned, Dolly, come here. Can you tell me about your past experience? What kind of person is he? Okay, I'll say it now. If I want to talk about my young master, I can't finish talking about it for 3 days and 3 nights. Dolly continued to talk. After listening to this, Master Li was even more confused. In Dolly's mind, Lin Beifan is a scholar who is approachable, firm-willed, indifferent to fame and fortune, not greedy for enjoyment, not greedy for wealth, and is his role model in life. However, it was rumored that he was greedy and unbridled, and he greed for a huge amount of wealth just a few days after he became an official. The contrast between a young man who is indifferent to fame and fortune, and a colossal greed that everyone hates is too great. There's no way it could be in the same person. And what she sees now is closer to the image in Dolly's mind. Li Shishi thought about it for a long time, but couldn't understand why. In the end, it turned into a sigh. Sir, what kind of person are you? She became more and more curious about Lin Beifan. There is a tendency to get caught up in it. 2 days passed quickly. Li Shishi lived here for 2 days. Although the days were dull, he was very practical. He was no longer as frightened as before, afraid that someone would suddenly break in at night. He usually plays the piano and music, and helps Lin Beifan with some housework. In his spare time, he also takes care of the yard to make the environment more beautiful. At the same time, the relationship with Lin Beifan has developed rapidly, and seeing Lin Beifan is not so unnatural. And Lin Beifan found that having a woman in the family is really not the same. Many of the issues that were ignored by them were taken care of by Li Shishi in an orderly manner. On this day, Lin Beifan put on his official uniform again and went to the morning court. Chapter 23 It's not prostitution if you don, pay, at most sa love af. Meet your majesty, long live my emperor, long live long live. Everyone loves you for free. Thank you, your majesty. If you have something to play, you will retreat if there is nothing. At this time, an official stood out, held hands, and said in a loud voice, reporting to your majesty, this minister wants to impeach Lin Beifan, the champion of the new division, and the director of the Imperial Academy. Everyone turned their heads to see that this person was the representative of the officials who had impeached Lin Beifan before, Yao Zheng. Everyone showed a playful expression, and there was another good show. Lin Beifan smiled disdainfully. You speech officials, just after breathing down, can't wait to make a move. At this level, it is difficult to make a big deal. The empress sitting on the dragon chair was stunned. Yao Iching, why are you impeaching Lin Iching? Your majesty. Lin Beifan didn't want to make progress or the emperor's kindness during his vacation. He openly visited brothels and whoring prostitutes. The impact was very bad. Please ask your majesty to order an investigation. Yao Zheng said loudly. The empress was expressionless. Lin Iching, is there something wrong? Lin Beifan stood up. Your majesty, it is true. Yao Zheng was delighted. Look, your majesty, Lin Beifan has admitted it himself, and asked his majesty to investigate. The empress remained expressionless. Lin Iching, what can you say? Yes. Lin Beifan turned his head to look at Yao Zheng. I want to ask Master Yao, what happened to me when I went to the brothel? What happened to my whoring? Our Dao law, which law says that it is illegal to visit a prostitute. Lord Wei Lin, according to our Dao law, whoring is indeed not illegal, but it is not recommended. However, as an imperial supervisor and an example for the students, you must be held to a higher moral standard. Others can go there. You can't go to the brothel. Others can go to prostitutes, but you can't. Otherwise, what kind of style will the students have? Yao Zheng said proudly. Everyone listened and couldn't help nodding their heads. The empress also nodded. Yao Iching, this is true. Yao Zheng was even more proud. Give Lin Beifan a sneer to see how he responds. Lin Beifan did not change his face, and said, may I ask Mr. Yao, what is the definition of whoring? Whoring refers to the act of having sex with others by paying money, property, etc. Yao Zheng, who was already prepared, said immediately. That's right. Lin Beifan spread his hands. I went to the brothel and didn't pay, how could it be considered a prostitute? For a while, everyone was stunned. Thinking back carefully, Lin Beifan did not pay to visit the brothel, and he ate and drank there for free. By definition, it's not really a prostitute. Yao Zheng was speechless. It's not prostitution if you don't pay, it's a love affair at most. Lin Beifan chuckled. What's more, I was just drinking in the lobby at the time. I always restrained myself, obeyed the rules, and behaved in a proper manner. Where did the sexual intercourse come from? The brothel women and clients present can testify to me. Yao Zheng was dumbfounded again. So, Lin Beifan held his head high, and said confidently, I didn't pay, and I didn't have sex, so how could it be considered a prostitute? Mr. Yao, please show some real evidence when you testify against others. Black and white. Everyone invariably raised a fuck in their hearts. This can make him right. Newbie. The empress rolled her eyes. This guy can really talk nonsense. It's justifiable and justifiable. However, Yao Zheng, who was the client, blushed with anger, and pointed at Lin Beifan with trembling hands, sharp teeth and sharp mouths. You are obviously arrogant. If you are not going to prostitute, what are you going to do in a brothel? Master Yao, this official thinks what you said is unreasonable. Lin Beifan chuckled. As far as I know, Master Yao, you pass by the brothel every day. Do you really want to go to the brothel? Did they all go through there? Bullshit. Yao Zheng was in a hurry. Why does the old man have such a dirty idea? The old man's mansion happens to be along the street with the brothel, so I pass by there every time. That's right. For the same reason, I was hungry at the time, and the brothel was right in front of me. Is it wrong for me to go in to drink and eat? Who said that I can't go to the brothel to drink? Can't I go to send warmth to the girls in Beifan? Lin Beifan said confidently. Everyone listened with their mouths crooked. Go to send warmth to the girls in Beifan, you are too embarrassed to say it. Yao Zheng almost carried it back in one breath. What a cheeky bastard. At this time, the empress said loudly, okay, the two Ichings should stop arguing, this is just a trivial matter. Yao Iching's duty is to identify Lin Beifan, but there is no real evidence, so step back. Yes, Your Majesty. Yao Zheng took a step back in frustration. Lin Iching's juvenile romance is understandable. But as an imperial supervisor and a supervisor, you should be strict with yourself. So, no matter what the reason is in the future, don't go to the brothel, so as not to cause bad influence. Your Majesty is wise. Lin Beifan also took a step back. This wave is regarded as 50 big boards each. Yao Zheng didn't take advantage of it, and Lin Beifan didn't suffer any loss, so it was over. However, the beams of the two were completely forged. Lin Beifan looked at Yao Zheng's back, his eyes rolled and he smiled. Ichings, what else is there to play? Chapter 24 Break My Fortune. This bad old man is very bad. The morning will soon be over. When retreating out, Lin Beifan and Yao Zheng collided again. Yao Zheng's face was very dark. Master Lin, this time you are lucky. Humph. Lin Beifan smiled slightly, and said with a thorn in his smile, Master Yao, I thought you were impeaching you for embezzling your money, but it turned out to be such a trivial matter as visiting a brothel. If you really did that, I still respect you. Man, in the end, I was really disappointed. It seems that you have a bit of a misnomer as an official. Yao Zheng's face turned even darker. How dare they use this matter to impeach Lin Beifan? Win, Lin Beifan is finished, and they are also finished. If you lose, you can't afford to lose this person. All in all, it is a thankless thing. Lin Beifan, don't be complacent, we meet in the mountains and rivers, just wait and see. Yao Zheng left with a flick of his sleeves. Lin Beifan waved goodbye. Master Yao won't give it away, I'm looking forward to your performance. When the morning was over, Lin Beifan went to Gujijian to report. Today is the day he takes office. When you come to Gujijian, according to the usual practice, you must first visit the leaders here. Under the guidance of a doctor, Lin Beifan came to an elegant office and met an old man in his 60s. This person is the leader of Gujijian, his name is Lu Wei, his official position is a sacrificial wine, and he is equivalent to the principal of Gujijian. Lin Beifan bowed his hands and bowed, Xiaoguan Lin Beifan, meet Lu Jiju. Lu Wei greeted him with a laugh, Lianzhong Sanyuan's champion is here. Well, yes, he is indeed a talented person. Lu Jiju has won the prize, and I am ashamed to be a lower official. Don't be polite to the old man, sit down. Thank you Lu Jiju. The two drank tea and exchanged cordial greetings. In less than a while, a dignified middle-aged man came. Lin Beifan wondered, this is Lord Lin, let me introduce you. Lu Jiju rubbed his beard and smiled. This is another secretary of the Imperial College, surnamed Sun, named Tiandao. It has been here for more than 4 years, and he is the right arm of this old man. Lin Beifan quickly stood up. I have seen Master Sun. Master Lin is polite. Sun Tiandao said politely. He didn't dare to neglect Lin Beifan. Although Lin Beifan is young, he is the champion of Lianzhong Sanyuan, and he is also a popular person beside the empress. He has a bright future. He can't afford to offend a petty official. The two sides greeted each other very harmoniously. Lu Jiju smiled and said, the old man is too old and unable to do what he can do, so almost all the work is done by Mr. Sun. Due to the busy work, Mr. Sun has fallen ill several times, and the old man is ashamed. Mr. Lin, it's the right time, let's take advantage of the division of labor now, and share the burden with Master Sun. Lin Beifan nodded quickly. It should be. Lord Lin, what kind of work are you good at? Tell me, the old man will arrange it for you. Lu Jiju laughed. Lin Beifan's spirit is lifted, and the opportunity to greedy money has come. Thank you Lu Jiju for giving Xiaoguan this opportunity. Lin Beifan said with a serious face. Xiaoguan is proficient in arithmetic, accounting, and fund management, so Lu Jiju can hand over the accounting work to Xiaoguan. Okay, I'll hand over this job to Lord Lin later. Sun Tiandao said without hesitation. Thank you, Mr. Sun. Lin Beifan smiled happily. Seeing Lin Beifan's happy smile, Lu Jiju felt a sudden shock and remembered a rumor. Lin Beifan is not only the champion of the new division, but also a huge greedy person, especially greedy for money. I ransacked my home twice, and I don't know how many silver taels I greedily took. If he was asked to manage the accounts, it would be like a meat bun or a dog, and he would never know when the money was stolen. He hurriedly called out, hold on. What's the matter? Lin Beifan looked over. Lu Jiju coughed. This old man thinks that this account should be left to Master Sun to continue to be responsible. He is mature and stable, and it is not easy to make mistakes. Master Lin, you should pick some simple tasks first. Lin Beifan's eyes became resentful. Cut off my fortune. This bad old man is very bad. Since Mr. Sun continues to be in charge of the accounts, then the logistics management can be handed over to the subordinate officer, and the subordinate officer will ensure proper management. Lin Beifan said again. Okay, I'll hand over the logistics to Lord Lin later. Sun. Thank you, Master Sun. Lin Beifan smiled. This, and wait. Lu Jiju coughed again. This old man thinks that it is more appropriate for the logistics work to still be handled by Master Sun. Master Lin, you can choose another one. Lin Beifan's eyes became more resentful. Cut off my fortune again. You bad old man, you have a big bad heart. Lu Jiju looked a bit unnatural by Lin Beifan's eyes. Then, Lin Beifan proposed several money-related jobs, all of which were rejected by Lu Jiju without hesitation. In the end, he almost made Lin Beifan cry angrily. Lu Jiju, you can't do this. You asked me to propose one, but I mentioned one and you rejected one. Are you targeting me on purpose? Lu Jiju also felt a little embarrassed, so he reassured, well, Master Lin will be responsible for the discipline, moral cultivation and academic aspects of the students. You are the top student in the new division of Lianzhong Sanyuan, and it is more than enough to do these things. Okay, it's such a happy decision. The old man still has something to discuss with Master Sun, so I won't entertain Master Lin, see off. So, Lin Beifan was kicked out. Lin Beifan. Chapter 25 Is this hard to beat me? You are too young. After Lin Beifan left, Sun Tiandao asked inexplicably, Master Jiju, Master Lin is a popular person beside Her Majesty the Empress. He is very favored, and it is just around the corner. Don't be offended. Why did you just? Master Sun, this old man can't do anything about it. Lu Jiju smiled wryly. It is rumored that the new champion Lin Beifan is a huge greedy man who has only raided his house twice and embezzled a huge amount of money. If you let him contaminate the money aspect, he repeats the same mistakes and repeats his old tricks, both of us will be affected by it, and we will not be able to eat and walk away. This old man is also taking precautions before it happens. Sun Tiandao bowed his head and apologized. Master Jiju has a long-term plan, it's because the lower officials hadn't considered it. No problem. Master Sun, you must not let Lin Beifan get involved in your financial affairs in the future, you know. Lu Jiju urged seriously. Sun Tiandao nodded heavily. Don't worry about offering wine, you can save it when you are an official. Although the voices of the two were very low, Lin Beifan was a martial artist and could hear clearly from outside. Do you think it's hard to beat me like this? Oh, you are too young. Lin Beifan adjusted his official hat and walked forward leisurely. Today is the first day he takes office, and it is also his first time to the Imperial College, so he plans to familiarize himself with the working environment first, and then start specific work. Along the way, Lin Beifan saw many young students. Some laughed and ran past Lin Beifan. Some play chess in 2s and 3s. Some are sitting by the pool, nibbling on steamed buns and reading books without sleep or food. Full of youthful breath. In a trance, Lin Beifan felt as if he had returned to the university in his previous life. However, the students here work a lot more than college students in previous lives, more like high school, youthful and struggling. It's nice to be young. Lin Beifan sighed. Although he is younger than most of the people here, he has experienced a lot, and his mentality is inevitably much older. Seeing the young students is a little emotional. At this time, everyone noticed Lin Beifan, a young man in official uniform, and looked over curiously. Many people don't recognize Lin Beifan, but I can still recognize his official uniform. Green robe, small miscellaneous flower pattern, plain silver belt. This is the official uniform that only 6th and 7th rank officials can wear. It means that the other party is at least a 7th rank official. The students present could not help but envy. They came to Gujijian to study in order to become officials. But the other party is the same age as them, and he is still studying to get a name. The other party has already become a 7th rank official, how can he not be envious? At this time, a student suddenly ran up to Lin Beifan and said excitedly, You are the top scholar of this new division and the national child supervisor, Mr. Lin Beifan, right? Lin Beifan nodded solemnly. That's right, this official is. Who are you and what's your business? The other party was even more excited, and it was a little awkward to speak. You are really Lord Lin. It's great, I finally see you, Lord Lin. I have always admired you very much. Fry directly on the spot. Is he this year's champion? That enchanting who has won the 3rd year in a row for 3 years. Looks younger than me. Everyone crowded around excitedly. Although literati are disrespectful to each other, scholars also admire scholars very much, especially those who read better than them. A monster like Lin Beifan, who has 3 yuan in a row, is simply a god to them. For God, they will only worship, not jealous. Meet Master Lin. The students leaned over and bowed in unison. My classmates, it's polite. Lin Beifan smiled slightly and said, holding hands, with the grace of Her Majesty the Empress, from today onwards, this officer will serve as the supervisor of the imperial family, responsible for supervising students' morality, discipline, and academic work. Meet Lin Xie. The students bowed again. Classmates, don't be too polite. Lin Beifan laughed again. From now on, we will study together. I hope that all students can work together with Xiaoguan, study hard, work hard, and live up to the mighty emperor's grace. Lin Xie is right, we must keep it in our hearts. The students bowed again. Lin Beifan suddenly likes it a little bit. The students here worship at every turn. Especially the little eyes they adore, seeing him happy, don't want it. A small vanity has been greatly satisfied. Lin Xie, can the students ask you a question? A student came forward, a little nervous and a little excited. Lin Beifan is in a good mood. If you have any questions, just ask. Thank you Lin Xie for giving the students this opportunity. The other party was very excited. Students heard that Lin Xie, you have succeeded in your studies in a very difficult environment and passed the exam. The students want to ask you, how did you do it? Can you share it with the students? In fact, it is to ask Lin Beifan how to learn. Everyone was eagerly looking forward to it, hoping that Lin Beifan, a god of learning, could share his learning methods. Lin Beifan smiled slightly. Of course, I'd love to. So everyone was even more excited. Great, Lin Xie is willing to share his learning methods. If I learn it, the imperial examination is expected. Shut up and listen to what Lin Xie has to say. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel. Chapter 26. Besides having a good-looking skin, what else do you have? Everyone gradually became quiet and listened carefully to Lin Beifan's teachings. Some even took out a pen and paper, dipped a brush with saliva, and prepared to record it, with a very pious gaze. Before doing anything, you need a strong driving force. As long as you find the driving force, have a direction, and have an interest, you can do things with half the effort and not give up halfway. Everyone nodded involuntarily. The adults are right. If you have motivation, you will study hard. Sir, please continue. Lin Beifan smiled slightly. Then I would like to ask everyone here, what was your motivation for studying in the first place? Lin Beifan looked around the audience, pointed to a student who looked like a nerd and asked, classmate, what motivates you to study? Can you tell us all? The other party said excitedly, in order to stand out, in order to become an official, in order to benefit the people. Lin Beifan nodded, your ideal is very realistic, yes. He pointed at another, what about you? What is your motivation for reading? The other party was even more excited, reading for the rise of Dao. Lin Beifan nodded, your ideal is very noble, not bad. He pointed to another person. What is your motivation? If you go back to CA, the student's family will be poor. I study just to have a good life and not let my family go hungry. The student bowed his head embarrassedly. Lin Beifan nodded again. Your ideal is very grounded, very good. Lin Beifan asked a few more people for different reasons. Some people can't answer. In the end, Lin Beifan said with a smile, everyone's motivation is really strange, no matter what motivation is understandable and worthy of respect. In fact, in this era, reading is the cheapest and most rewarding investment. You can't practice martial arts, but you can read books, go to office, and benefit the people. The brain is not good, you can read, and reading can be wise. If you haven't been out, you can read. Reading can improve your horizons and increase your knowledge. If you are short of money, you can read books, and there are ways to make money in books. Lin Beifan shook his head and sighed. There are so many benefits of reading, it can meet most of people's needs. As long as you read carefully, you will always gain something. If you can't find the reason and motivation to read, don't waste time. Everyone thinks about it. They have also thought about why they should read before, but there are only some vague concepts in their minds. To be an official, to get rich, to benefit the people, or just to live a little better. But it is not as easy to understand and so popular as Lin Beifan said. So thought-provoking. He raised his head and looked at Lin Beifan with admiration in his eyes. As expected of the new champion of Lianzhong Sanyuan, his words are so nutritious. At this time, a student asked, Lord Lin, what motivates you to study? Everyone turned their heads, full of curiosity. Master Lin, what motivates you to study? Can you tell us? We really want to know. Lin Beifan sighed. To tell you the truth, my life is very miserable, and I grew up in the middle of everyone's opinion. In order to change everyone's opinion of me, I worked hard to study. Everyone's mind exploded, and they were very emotional. Master Lin actually grew up being scolded. It's too much. How dare a character like Master Lin be scolded? It's just blindfolded. Who told me? I'll help you clean him up. Lin Beifan felt warm in his heart and smiled slightly. Thank you all for your concern. This is a thing of the past, no need to mention it again. In fact, thinking about it now, they were right. If it wasn't for them, they would always lash out at me, I wouldn't be where I am now. Sir, what did they scold you for? Can you tell us something? Everyone is very curious. What was the scolding that could have such a huge effect, making Lin Beifan the new champion of the new division with 3 consecutive 3-year winning streaks? Everyone looked forward to it again. More people took out pens and paper, ready to record these words. Time to whip yourself up. Amid the expectations of the students, Lin Beifan covered his forehead in pain and said, they scold me. None of the good-looking ones are good. Students, PFF'd. They also scolded me. What else do you have besides a good-looking skin? Students, PFF'd. They scolded me again. You are so good-looking, no one will believe that you are a beggar when you go out to beg. Students, PFF'd. Lin Beifan was emotional, clenched his fists and said, that's why I have to study hard. Just to tell those who have looked down on me and despised me, I not only have a good-looking skin, but I also have talents. Quote. Students, PFF'd. Lin Beifan continued to be excited. I am not only full of talents, but I also work harder and succeed than you. Students, PFF'd. And you? Lin Beifan roared. There is nothing but ugly. Students, PFF'd. This is the learning motivation of this officer. Can you understand my difficulties? Lin Beifan asked expectantly. You look at me, I look at you. Some even took out the mirror and looked at themselves, then looked at Lin Beifan, and then put down the mirror in inferiority. They all shook their heads. We can't understand. Chapter 27 Number 1 will find out if you die at home without taking an exam. Not only can't understand, but the heart is also penetrated. You say you look good and it's over, but you're more talented than us. Even if you have talent, you are more successful than us. Even if you are more successful than us, you still use words to stab us. You are nothing. Lin Beifan ignored everyone's resentful eyes, coughed, and continued, I just talked about the driving force of reading. Only when you find the driving force of reading can you read well and read well. Everyone couldn't help but nodded. That makes sense. The next step is to read, so what kind of book do you want to read? A student raised his hand and answered, if you go back to your lord, we will read the 4 books and 5 classics. Lin Beifan smiled slightly, is there any more? Another replied, we also need to read poetry and books on history. Lin Beifan's smile didn't change, is there any more? Sir, do you count? In fact, to put it bluntly, it is to read books that you are interested in. What do you want to do in the future, then read which books. Lin Beifan smiled and said, if you want to be an official, read the 4 books and 5 classics. If you don't want to be an official or a doctor, you can read the medical book. If you want to fight, then go to the military book. If you are interested in history, you can read the records of the grand historian. Read the books you are interested in and learn the knowledge you are interested in, and you will achieve success. You don't want to be an official, but you have to read the 4 books and 5 classics, it is very painful, and you can't learn well. 360 lines, you will become the champion. You can work hard in the direction you are interested in. Studying and becoming an official is not the only way out. Once again, everyone understands. The third point is also the most important point. After reading the book, you must reflect on yourself 3 times and seriously reflect on yourself. Lin Beifan said with a smile, in this way, you can learn solidly and thoroughly, and you will get twice the result with half the effort. At this time, another student raised his hand, but Lin Xie, students can do 3 self-examinations every day in their studies. But there has been no progress in their studies. Why is this? Lin Beifan smiled lightly, that's because the way you reflect is wrong. The other party was stunned, is the way of reflection wrong? Reflection, is there any other way? Of course. Lin Beifan smiled slightly, I'll teach you. The other party was instantly flattered and bowed down, thank you Lin Xie. Everyone got closer, wanting to see how Lin Beifan taught each other 2-3 self-examination. At this time, Lin Beifan pulled out a bronze mirror from nowhere, pointed at the student's face, and asked, this classmate, I ask you, are you ugly? The student looked at the pimple-covered face in the mirror, and then glanced at Lin Beifan's peerless face. Nodding sadly, ugly. I'll ask you again, do you have any money? Lin Beifan asked loudly. The other party was even more sad. No. I'll ask you again, do you have a wife? The other party burst into tears, neither. Lin Beifan suddenly became angry. Look at you, you are ugly and have no money, and you don't have a wife, so don't get out of the way to get a job title. Otherwise, an ugly person like you who has no money and no wife, doesn't get a job title. No one found him dead at home. Student, PFF'd. Other students, PFF'd. Everyone covered their chests one after another. It feels so hurtful. Murder is invisible. It's so uncomfortable, I want to die. Lin Beifan shook his sleeves. This is the correct posture for reflection. Do you understand? I understand very well. Everyone nodded. At this time, the bell rang, it was time for class, and everyone said goodbye to Lin Beifan. Touching a cold heart, I went to class. Lin Beifan continued to patrol, familiarizing himself with the environment of Gujijian. Unknowingly, the patrol arrived at the door and saw a group of young people swaggering in, and none of the guards along the way dared to stop them. Lin Beifan frowned, who are they? Why don't you stop them? Gujijian is an important place for cultivating talents. If something happens, will you be responsible? A guard next to him reported, report to Sir Xie, they are actually students here too. Student. Lin Beifan's brows furrowed even tighter, since it's a student, and the class is half over, why did you come? Mr. Qi, Sir Xie, they are all a group of yamen. The guard smiled bitterly. Their fathers are all high-ranking officials in the imperial court and have a deep background, so we can't afford to offend them. So we usually turn a blind eye. One eye. Lin Beifan was trembling with anger. What kind of etiquette is this? How can you let them go wild because of the power of the other's father? This is the Gujijian, an important place for cultivating national talents. If you let them go wild, how can other students learn the same way? What to do? The outside world laughs at us, what should we do? Lord Xie taught me a lesson. But the humble servants are soft-spoken and have no right to intervene. The other party bowed his head. Okay, you don't care. But as a secretary, this official can't ignore it. So Lin Beifan shouted, stop for me. Chapter 28 I am greedy even for the empress, so I am afraid of a minis. The group of young people stopped, then turned their heads and walked back. Among them, the more powerful-looking young man, who was the leader of the gang, asked suspiciously, are you calling me? Yes, this official is calling you. Lin Beifan nodded. What did you call me? You look a little shy, new here, don't you? Lin Beifan said solemnly, Gujijian has strict discipline requirements. Without permission, being late and leaving early is a violation of school rules and will be severely punished. And you are late now, do you know what's wrong? The other party sneered and said very arrogantly, so what? Even if I know, so what? I don't do this once or twice, you control me. What qualifications do you have to control me? Ha ha. The others also laughed arrogantly. Of course I am qualified, do you know who I am? The young man snorted and said contemptuously, I don't care who you are. Anyway, no matter how big your position is it bigger than my father? Get out of the way, or I'll make you look good. Lin Beifan said angrily, how dare you insult the court officials? How about I insult you, I even beat you. After saying that, he slapped Lin Beifan in the face. Lin Beifan stretched out his hand to block lightly, and then slapped him back with a slap. Snapped. The slap is very loud. The opponent was beaten dizzy. After turning twice, he stood up again, his face was swollen. He covered his swollen face, trembling with anger, his eyes spitting fire, you dare to hit me. Lin Beifan shook his hands and said disdainfully, why doesn't this official dare? The young man was even more angry, do you know who my father is? Lin Beifan is very arrogant, I don't care who your father is. Young people are about to faint. Too arrogant. When had he seen such an arrogant person? Ever suffered from such a bird? Immediately waved his hand without hesitation, and shouted angrily, give it to me, kill this bastard. Yes, young Master Gao. A group of people grinded their fists and killed him. The guards next to him could no longer be indifferent, and they all tried to stop them. Masters, please calm down. He is the secretary of the Imperial College, so he can't be beaten. ... The young man from before roared, I don't care who he is, it's mine to kill him, quickly kill him for me. Lin Beifan waved his hand, don't stop, let them come over. Kill. They broke through the block and killed them. Then, in less than a minute, he all lay down on the ground, howling in pain. Lin Beifan clapped his hands and smiled contemptuously, if you don't have any skills, don't learn to fight like others. Saying that, he walked towards the young man with a smile. The young man was scared to pee, and stuttered as he stepped back, what do you want to do? Let me tell you, I am Gao Tianyu, and my father is Gao Tianyao, the Minister of Officials. If you dare to beat me, you will be cleaned up by my father. Lin Beifan's heart was full of disdain. I dare to be greedy even for the Empress's money, and am I still afraid of a minister? At this time, Lin Beifan had already walked up to the young man, and suddenly kicked. What are you doing? Don't mess around. Oops. The other party knelt down and lay on the ground like a dog. Now, this officer will enforce the school rules. Lin Beifan indifferently pronounced the sentence. According to the regulations of the Imperial College, if you often arrive late and leave early, you will receive 100 sticks. Disrespect the teachers, insult the court officials, 100 sticks. Gathering a crowd to beat an official of the Imperial Court, the circumstances are 10 points serious, the crime is +1, and the stick is 200. So, stick 400. Now, bring a stick for this officer. The young man almost fainted from fright. 1 hit will kill him, and 400 more hits, is he still alive? At this moment, he was finally frightened and shouted, stop. My lord, I know I was wrong, please give me a chance to reform, I will never dare again next time. Okay. This official has always been kind-hearted, so I'll give you a chance. Lin Beifan nodded. The other party was overjoyed, and when he was thinking about how to take revenge, Lin Beifan squatted down and said with a smile, 1,000 taels, no stick once. The young man's face turned green with anger. 1,000 taels are free once. For the 400 sticks, wouldn't it cost him 400,000 taels? Where does he have so much money? He also said that he has a good heart, and he is clearly very black. Can it be less? I don't have that many silver taels. The young man said eagerly. Lin Beifan smiled and shook his head. No. It's either money or death, choose one for yourself. The young man gritted his teeth, took out dozens of silver notes and some small jewelry from his pocket, and said, there are a total of 200,000 taels here. These jewelry are worth 50,000 taels. All for you. Lin Beifan accepted it happily. Yes, 250 sticks can be waived. The young man shouted to the other moaning people, you guys, quickly take out the money in your hands. Yes, young Master Gao. They took out the money one after another and gathered it in the hands of Lin Beifan. The young man said happily, "It's 400,000 taels now, can I not be beaten?" Lin Beifan took out a 1,000 taels silver note and put it in the other party's hand. The young man was stunned. "What do you mean?" "Because, I still can't help but want to hit you." Lin Beifan laughed, raised a stick that was thicker than his thigh, and swung it down hard. "Ouch!" screamed. Chapter 29 What a flock of fat sheep, we must slowly smash. This stick really kills him. The young man's skin is ripped apart, screaming again and again. Everyone was terrified. Unexpectedly, Lin Beifan really did it. And it's ruthless. He is not afraid of offending the noble book, he will die. Lin Beifan held a stick, turned his head and said to the other Yane, "And you guys, who made the same mistake as him, also need to be beaten 400 yuan with a stick. Do you choose to ask for money, or choose to die?" This group of yamen was frightened and cried. Of course they chose to die, the problem is that they don't have much money either. Some of the money was given to Gao Yane just now. "I didn't expect that I would suffer too. Can you take credit?" They looked at it. Lin Beifan waved a stick and sneered, "What do you think?" They silently took out their silver taels. In the end, Lin Beifan took out 600,000 taels from the hands of these yamen, and was very happy. It's really a bunch of fat sheep, you can't kill them with one stick, you have to slowly smash them. Next, Lin Beifan enforces the school rules. The shot was not as severe as before, but it also made you feel like you were dying of pain, screaming again and again. "Stop screaming. You know, it hurts in my heart when it hits you," Lin Beifan said in pain as he hit. "Then you still beat us." The yamen were hurt and aggrieved. "Because, I like the feeling of heartache," Lin Beifan said with a hint of pride. The yamen, "Fuck, I cursed in my heart, you bitch." After enforcing the school rules, no one stood up. They all lay on the ground, their faces ashen. Lin Beifan threw off the stick and said, "I hope you can remember today's lesson and make a change. Come to class on time tomorrow, and even if I lie down, lie down. Otherwise, this officer will punish him severely." "I know. Yet." "Got it." The yamen were helpless. "Also, notify this officer to other students who are absent. If they don't come tomorrow, I'll let them know why the flowers are so red." "Yes," they replied again. At this moment, Lu Jiju and Sun Xie both ran over anxiously. "Poor Lu Jiju, he's getting old, skinny, running like a skeleton, and he's about to fall apart." They almost fainted when they saw the bloody scene in front of them. Lu Jiju's voice trembled. "Lord Lin, what are you, how did you beat them?" Lin Beifan bowed his hands and said calmly, "I tell Lu Jiju, these are all a group of problem students who are bullying others. Not only are they late all the year round and leave early, but after being criticized by an official, they don't repent, insulting and beating this official. The circumstances are very serious. It is stipulated that if they are punished, please sacrifice and investigate." Lu Jiju turned pale with fright. How does this make him see? "I have the heart to want to die. Good guy, he caused such a big disaster on his first day in office. He even had the heart to strangle Lin Beifan." "Lord Lin, do you know their identities?" "Of course I do." Lin Beifan said calmly, "This person is called Gao Tianyu, the son of Gao Tianyao, Minister of the Ministry of Personnel. This is the servant of the Ministry of Personnel." Lin Beifan introduced the past one by one. In the end, he said solemnly, "As the son of an official appointed by the imperial court, I don't want to study hard to serve the imperial court, but I know the law and break the law, blatantly ignoring and breaking the regulations of the Gujijian. It's already an extrajudicial blessing." "Lord Lin, you are confused, you are very wrong." Lu Jiju frowned. Lin Beifan asked back, "Lu Jiju, they made a mistake. I punished them according to the regulations of the Gujijian. Is it wrong?" "That's right," Lu Jiju said naively. Lin Beifan asked again, "This official is the imperial supervisor of the Imperial Academy, responsible for students' morality, discipline, and studies. Students who make mistakes are punished. Is it wrong for me to do this?" That's right," Lu Jiju said again. "Since it's all right, why do you blame this officer?" Lin Beifan asked confidently. "Oh, the old man can't tell you anything. I can only say that it works if it's not reasonable in this world, and you are still too young." Lu Jiju left with a flick of his sleeves. "This old man doesn't care, you must take care of everything, don't get involved on this official's body. Don't worry about offering sacrifices," Lin Beifan said loudly. Looking at the figure of the other party leaving, my heart is full of disdain. The older you are, the more timid you are. In the end, these yamen were all carried out. And Lin Beifan continued to work as if nothing had happened, and went home happily after the hour. At dinner time, Li Shishi asked with a smile, "Sir, today is your first day in office, how do you feel? Can you tell Shishi?" "Of course." Lin Beifan touched the thick banknotes on his chest, and said happily, "The colleagues in Gujijian are very good, the students are very enthusiastic, I feel at home. This place, I have come to the right." Quote. "That's good," Shishi is relieved. Li Shishi smiled slightly. After eating 2 mouthfuls of food, he put down the bowls and chopsticks again, looked at Lin Beifan uneasily, and said hesitantly, "Sir, in fact, there is something in my heart that I want to tell you. If I don't say it, I feel ashamed." "So I." "What's the matter, tell me. Don't keep it in your heart, it's easy to get sick." Lin Beifan asked while eating. "Yes, my lord." Li Shishi finally summoned up his courage. Chapter 30. Even if the trouble reaches the Golden Palace, this official is justified. "My lord, in fact, the reason why the teacher chose to follow you is not entirely because of your talent, but to get rid of the entanglement of Gao Tianyu, the son of the Minister of Officials. The little girl's status is low, and she can only do this to protect her innocence. Please your lord forgive me." Lin Beifan raised his head and said in a daze, "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" Li Shishi bowed his head in shame. "I'm sorry, my lord. It turned out that Shishi didn't dare to say it, I was afraid that you would blame me. But after getting along for a long time, the master has been so kind to the teacher, and the teacher feels ashamed, and I'm even more sorry for the teacher if I don't say it. So now." Lin Beifan put down the tableware and sighed, "If you had said it earlier, I would have attacked him harder and guaranteed that he would be crippled with a single blow. Now, the opportunity has been missed." Li Shishi was stunned. "Sir, what do you mean? Shishi can't understand." "Teacher, let me tell you, when I go to the Imperial College today to take office." Lin Beifan simply explained what happened today. Li Shishi was even more stunned after hearing this. Good guy. On the first day of taking office, he actually beat the Yane headed by Gao Tianyu, and beat them all. What a daring thing this is. Can't even think about it. The other party actually did it. "Sir, you beat Gao Tianyu and the others, then their father." Li Shishi looked worried. Lin Beifan said nonchalantly, "Don't worry, although they have a high official position, I am still a popular person in front of the empress. What can they do to me? Besides, I follow the rules, and the truth is on my side." Well, what the Lord said is. Li Shishi thought of the backer behind Lin Beifan, and felt a little relieved. Continue to eat, don't be affected by those second-generation ancestors. Lin Beifan picked up the bowl and chopsticks again. "Sir, don't you blame Shishi for concealing it?" Li Shishi asked cautiously. Lin Beifan said with a smile, "What's the point? When you chose to follow me, I knew you had ulterior motives. It was to get rid of Gao Yane. Your behavior is completely understandable, and it didn't have any impact on me, so why should I blame you? Thank you for your understanding." Li Shishi breathed a sigh of relief, and the smile returned to his face. "Don't talk too much, eat the food quickly, the food will be cold." "Yes, my lord." While Li Shishi was eating, he secretly looked at Lin Beifan, who was eating righteously, and his beautiful eyes were a little moist. It is easy to seek priceless treasures, and it is rare to have a lover. In this era, men are superior to women, and marriage cannot be independent. How difficult it is for any woman to find a good husband. Especially for someone from a brothel like her, it's even more difficult. And the child in front of her completely meets her requirements. It would be great if, my lord, you weren't a corrupt official. She sighed inwardly. Then, I secretly blamed myself for being too greedy. It is a great blessing to have someone who can understand her, care for her, and tolerate her. Don't ask for too much. At this moment, Dolly rushed in a panic. Young master is not good. A lot of officials came from outside and surrounded our mansion. Lin Beifan laughed and hit the little one, and the old one came to the door. Sir, Master Li was worried. Don't worry, I'll come when I go. Lin Beifan walked to the door very calmly, and saw that his mansion was surrounded by officials. The leader was the high-ranking member of the imperial court, who had met at the court earlier this morning. In addition, there are many people watching the fun. Lord Gao, and all of you, what do you mean? Lin Beifan asked inexplicably. Gao Tianyao, the Minister of Personnel, said angrily, Lin Beifan, stop pretending to be this official. This official asks you, did you hit my son? Lord Gao, Linglang is. Gao Tianyao. Lin Beifan finally came to his senses, so it's him. He looks like a dignified man with a pointed mouth, and he doesn't look anything like Mr. Tall, I almost didn't recognize it. Gao Tianyao's face darkened, isn't this insinuating that he is wearing a cuckold? Even more angry, he asked loudly, Lin Beifan, why did you hit my son? Yes, you are a small official, what qualifications do you have to beat my son? Why are you? Other officials also questioned angrily. Why? Lin Beifan shook his sleeves, held his head high, and said loudly, just because this officer is the Imperial College supervisor, they are students of the Imperial College. Just because they arrive late and leave early all the year round, insult and beat this official, and they are not changed after repeated teachings, this official has a responsibility. Punish them. Ladies and gentlemen, is it wrong for me to punish them according to the regulations of the Imperial College? Lin Beifan pointed to the sky and said loudly, even if the trouble reaches the Golden Palace, this official is justified. The officials were furious. It's outrageous to beat their son so arrogantly. How can it be so? Looks like, Lord Lin, is insisting on getting along with this official. Gao Tianyao and the others looked gloomy. Lin Beifan smiled and said, what do you mean by this? This official is just doing things according to the regulations, just to live up to His Majesty's grace. Ladies and gentlemen, aren't you? How dare the officials not admit it? Although they often act against each other and fight against the empress, on the surface, they are still tolerable. Otherwise, no one will feel bad. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, go back and tell your children, remember to be on time tomorrow. Otherwise, this officer can only follow the regulations of the Gujijian, expel them from their student status, and never hire them. You dare. The officials were angry again. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel. Chapter 31 See If I Dare. Gujijian is the highest institution in the country, and the students in it are all the best. In order to cultivate outstanding talents for the country, they have provided rich educational resources, and at the same time they have formulated strict regulations, one of which is 1. Students who behave badly will be expelled. Once expelled from the school, you will not be allowed to take the title for life. In other words, if the students who study in it are expelled from the Imperial College, they will no longer be able to serve as officials in the future. How can this be accepted by these court officials? Lin Beifan, do you dare to mess around? Aren't you afraid of offending us? Do you still want to be involved in the officialdom? Lin Beifan took a step forward and shouted, see if I dare. For the first time, the edge that belongs to the martial artist is displayed. The officials had to retire. Shocked and angry. I really can't figure it out, how could this little rank 6 official be so bold? Is it because of the favor of the empress? And the common people who were watching the big play were also very surprised. A small new champion, dared to contradict and threaten several high-ranking officials of the court, it is really daring. In the end, Baiguan gave a step back. Humph, let's go. Gao Tianyao, the Minister of Personnel, left with a flick of his sleeves. The other officials followed. It can be said that it comes and goes in a hurry. Lin Beifan also turned around and walked back, closed the door vigorously and continued to eat. Yes, master. On the second day, Lin Beifan went to the morning court without any problems. Originally thought that there would be a storm, but this group of officials did not mention it, but their faces were not very good looking. In fact, after thinking about it, I understand that it was their son who made a mistake first, and Lin Beifan handled it according to the law. If the matter is reported to the empress, they will ultimately be responsible for the loss, and they will end up with the crime of lax discipline. Lin Beifan is a popular person in front of the empress, and there is nothing wrong with her, only a few scoldings at most. If that's the case, why bother? However, Lin Beifan also suffered retribution, that is, being isolated by Baiguan. In the previous morning, there were people who greeted him a few times, but now no one talks to him, and even avoids it. Standing in the back silently, looking so lonely. Lin Beifan couldn't help but sigh. Previously, he copied the house of Zhuo Shangquan, the minister of the Ministry of Housing, and offended all the officials headed by the minister of the Ministry of Housing. Now teach a group of yamen, and offend the officials headed by the minister of officials. Only a few days after becoming an official, he has already offended the 2 major factions of the court. Moreover, he was also greedy for the empress money. This official is really like walking on thin ice, dancing on the tip of the knife. Fortunately, the empress is still in the dark, and she is very pampered by him, otherwise he would have to abandon his office and wander the world. This feeling is really so exciting. The morning was over, and Lin Beifan returned to Gujijian. Along the way, whether guards, students or doctors, everyone looked at Lin Beifan with admiration. Lin Xie, he is really too strong. Holding a staff, I gave a lesson to those Yanei who acted out of the blue. The most powerful thing was last night. I heard that all the fathers in the government came to Lin Xie's house to find fault, but Lin Xie was not afraid and accused them of being scolded and arrogant. He was a role model for my generation. However, Lin Xie is very happy, but the road to officialdom will be difficult in the future. What are you afraid of? The world is big, and the truth is the greatest. When you are an official, you must be as fearless of power as Lin Xie. The students here have not yet stepped into officialdom, so most of them have not been polluted, and their hearts are still pure. I just think that Lin Beifan's behavior without fear of power is amazing. So I gained a lot of small fans. At this time, Lin Beifan had already arrived at the entrance of Gujijian, and then he stopped going in. He stood like a statue expressionless, with eyes and ears in all directions. He would like to see today whether the Yamen still dare to be late, or even not come. Not long after, Gao Tianyu, the son of the Minister of Officials, came. He was carried in lying down. Still crying, looking at Lin Beifan's eyes full of hatred. After going back yesterday, he had already found out who the person in front of him was, the new champion Lin Beifan. Not only did he stole the woman he liked, he stole his money, but also his spanking was blooming. He also threatened him with expulsion from school if he didn't come, so that he would never be an official for the rest of his life. Growing up so big, I have never suffered such a loss. He hated Lin Beifan. Lin Beifan dismissed the hatred in his eyes. Only the weak will show their hatred, and the strong will hide hatred in their hearts, and then find a way to silently stab each other to death. Then, another Yanei came one after another. They all came in lying down, and some of them had blood seeping from their buttocks, which was very miserable. He also stared at Lin Beifan angrily. After that, many more Yamen came over. They had been absent from class before, but now they had to rush over, looking at Lin Beifan with horror on their faces. They were afraid that, like that Gao Yanei, they would be beaten to pieces by Lin Beifan. Soon after, the bell for class rang. Lin Beifan finally nodded his head in satisfaction, looking at the group of Yamen who were either frightened or hated, and said, "Very good, all of them are here, and none of them are late." Chapter 32. These boys have good comprehension and wealth. The Yamen's scalp was numb from Lin Beifan's gaze. Holding hands, they said in unison, "Meet Sir Xie." Yeah. Lin Beifan nodded, then with a staff in his hand, he walked towards the group of Yamen who were standing, and said, "According to the regulations of the Gujijian, you often arrive late and leave early, with a staff of 100. Who will come first?" Quote. Lin Xie, wait a minute. A government office called out. "What's the matter with you?" Lin Beifan asked. The other party took out a few silver notes from his pocket, stuffed them into Lin Beifan's hands, and flattered, "Lin Xie, a total of 100,000 taels. Look at this punishment, can it be waived?" Lin Beifan put the silver note into his pocket very naturally, then patted the other party's shoulder and said with a smile, "You are well prepared. Yes, there is a future. I'll let you go this time, but I won't do it next time." The other party was overjoyed. "Thank you Lin Xie." The other Yamen saw it and took out the banknotes here one after another. "Lin Xie, this is my 100,000 taels, can I be exempted from punishment?" Lin Xie, I also have 100,000. Lin Xie. In this way, Lin Beifan has already harvested 1.2 million before he started, which is more than yesterday. Lin Beifan was very satisfied. That's right. As expected of a student of the Imperial College, they are very savvy. This time, I will let it go, but if I commit it again in the future, I will be punished severely. Thank you Lin Xie. Everyone was ecstatic. Then Lin Xie, can we go now? Ayane asked cautiously. Go. Where are you going? Lin Beifan smiled. Go to class. The other side was so scared that his legs went weak. This classmate, how long has it been since you came? Have you forgotten what day is today? Lin Beifan said with a straight face, this officer told you that today is the day of the monthly exam, so let me go, take an exam. Yes, Lord Xie. The Yamen were frightened. By the way, I forgot to tell everyone. In order to urge students to study hard, this official has added a rule. For each monthly test, those who fail the test will receive a 20-point stick. Staff 80, and so on, until you pass. I hope everyone, pay more attention. The Yamen wailed. If you fail the exam, you will be beaten. That's natural. Lin Beifan said righteously. As a student of Gujijian, to enjoy the country's best educational resources, it is natural to make great achievements and go further. If you can't even pass the exam, what else do you have to do? Quote. The Yamen were speechless. It feels like this rule is aimed at them. Let's go to the exam now. Lin Beifan waved his hand. Be honest with me, this officer will personally invigilate the exam. If you find that you are cheating, just 100 sticks. Yes, Lin Xie. The Yamen left in despair. This day is the day of the National Invigilator exam. In order to supervise students and select talents, Gujijian holds an examination every month, referred to as the monthly examination. If you do well in the exam, you will be rewarded with points, you can be promoted to a higher school, you can get better educational resources, and it is even beneficial for your future career development. Therefore, students and teachers here are very attached. As Lin Beifan, who is in charge of students' studies, naturally became the chief examiner, patrolling all examination rooms and schools, and maintaining examination discipline. Under Lin Beifan's power, no one dared to cheat. The monthly exam is over, and the next step is to mark the paper. Set A, B, C, 3 grades, A is excellent, B is passing, and C is failing. Gao Tianyu, failed. Wang Ruifeng, failed. Ding Xiaoren, failed. This group of ignorant Yamen, all fail. Lin Beifan said angrily. I really can't figure it out, how can I fail such a simple test question? And there are so many typos, it's unsightly. I even spelled my own name wrong, I really don't know what you have been reading all these years. Book. This group of Yamen were all shivering at the scolding. CA, I was wrong, give me another chance. I must read well, and I must pass next time. Don't be angry. It's not worth it if you are angry. Don't do it, okay. I recognize how much you scold me. No rules can't make a square, and if you make a mistake, you will admit the punishment. Lin Beifan picked up the staff again, looked at the trembling Yamen, and said expressionlessly, what should you do? This group of Yamen, hear the strings and know the elegant meaning. One after another, they took out their own banknotes. 1 stick is 1,000 taels, 20 sticks is 20,000 taels. Adding up, these 24 government offices provided Lin Beifan with 480,000 taels. Lin Beifan stuffed the thick silver note into his pocket and nodded with satisfaction. Yes, very savvy. If you used this savvy in your studies, you would have learned something long ago. Study hard after you go back, and strive to be the next best. If you pass the exam the next month and come back, otherwise it won't cost you 20,000 taels. Yes, Lord CA. The Yamen responded weakly. Chapter 33 Become a congenital master. After the Yamen left, Lin Beifan counted the gains of the past few days. On the first day, 400,000 yuan was stolen from Gao Yane, and more than 600,000 yuan was stolen from other government offices, a total of over 1 million taels. On the second day, 1.2 million was stolen from the second batch of Yane. Now passing the monthly test, another 480,000 has been stolen from them. So, these days, I have made a total of 2.7 million taels. After getting this number, Lin Beifan couldn't open his eyes with laughter. This business is really a beautiful job, it has made nearly 3 million in just a few days. Thank you, Her Majesty, it's time to upgrade again. After going back in the evening, Lin Beifan couldn't wait to close the door. System, give me all the settlement. Ding. The host has embezzled 2.7 million taels of gold and silver jewelry, which is a huge amount. The reward is to integrate the Chao Gang Master late-stage template. A terrifying force quickly merged into Lin Beifan's body. Then, there is a wealth of martial arts experience integrated into his mind. Lin Beifan is absorbing like crazy. At the same time, an earth-shaking change took place in his body. Dirty and odorous stains were actually discharged from the sweat holes on his body. After that, the cells in the body become more crystal clear and more vibrant. The internal force that filled the dantian quickly condensed, and gradually condensed from a thick fog state to a liquid state. Every trace is full of terrifying destructive power. There seems to be a breath of air between heaven and earth, which melted into his body from his heavenly cover. After about an hour, Lin Beifan finally opened his eyes filled with joy. Because, this Zhou Gang master template is too powerful. In addition to his strong inner strength and rich experience in martial arts, he also brought him unique skills such as 18 palms of subduing the dragon, the dog fighting stick technique, and capturing the dragon, as well as a terrifying talent for martial arts. You know, Gang Master Chao has become a celestial dragon at a young age without any cheating, and he overwhelms all masters, relying on his terrifying talent for martial arts. With this talent, it will be much easier to cultivate in the future. In addition, there is a biggest gain. That is, he has finally been successfully promoted to the innate powerhouse. The congenital strong, the whole body washes the meridian and cuts the marrow, and all the dark wounds are completely eliminated. The body cells are restored to the period when the baby was just born, with stronger resilience and stronger vitality, and at the same time, it also makes people look younger and live longer. The internal force in the body is transformed into innate qi, which is more condensed, and the destructive power has been increased by more than 3 times. At the same time, it can come out through the body and kill people more than 10 feet away. The meridians of the whole body are opened up and connected to the heaven and the earth. It can absorb the spiritual energy of the heaven and earth at any time to replenish the body's true energy, and there is no need to supplement the body's consumption through eating and exercise. The innate powerhouse is already considered a powerhouse in this high martial world. 1 against 100, easily. Generally, they are the heads or elders of the major sects, and they are respected by others. Although I am only a 6th rank innate master, but with the good fortune in my body, I can defeat the 5th rank innate and undefeated. With the addition of a 3rd rank master, I can save my life. Lin Beifan was very happy. Since the time of crossing, he has been working hard to become stronger. Now, he has finally become a 6th grade master who can match the 5th grade innate talent. Although there is no invincibility, but the world is big, you can go. I can't wave now, continue to develop wretchedly. As long as it doesn't happen, greed to death. Sooner or later. Lin Beifan was fascinated. When I became the #1 greedy man in the world, it was when I became a god of the land. At this time, in the palace, the empress waved and drank the Jin Yiwei who had just reported her work. Then he smiled softly at the void. Sister Qingshan, you also heard that Lin Beifan is really greedy for money. I transferred him to the Qingshui Yamen of Gujijian, and in a few days, he was greedy for 2.7 million. Other corrupt officials are looting the fat of the people, fattening themselves, and suffering the people. This guy is so good, but he actually does the opposite, taking money from the corrupt officials, suffering the corrupt officials, and fattening the people. It's really interesting. It's gone. He is indeed a wizard who is greedy for money. In the void, a white figure appeared. Her body was shrouded in thick white mist, and she couldn't see her appearance clearly, but judging from her graceful figure, she must be a stunning beauty. Indeed, all his talents and learning are used for greed for money. For the greed of money, he is even willing to offend hundreds of officials. I really don't know where he got the guts of a bear and a leopard. Heck, the empress couldn't help laughing. Your Majesty, he also embezzled money from your treasury. The queen's smile stopped abruptly. He gritted his teeth, this bastard who deceives the top and the bottom and has no emperor. If it wasn't for him who distributed all the money he had stolen to the people, he is a good official who loves the people like a son, and I would have pulled him out and beheaded him long ago. The empress rolled her eyes. Sister Qingshan, is there any way you can get me the money he greed? Your Majesty, do you want to? Bai Ying was startled. Chapter 34 Your lord, you are the night warrior, right? The empress said seriously, yes, I want to use his money to develop my power. The empress sighed and said sadly, nowadays, treacherous officials are in power in the court, forming parties for selfishness, fighting for power and profit, and corruption is common. Outside the capital, my royal uncles are self-respecting, and they will rebel at any time. Going out, the great dynasty's just about to move. Chen Bing's borders, he can enter the central plains at any time. Even the rivers and lakes are not very stable, and the ambitious are making waves. Hey, it can be predicted that in the near future, the world will be in chaos. In order to paralyze the ministers and the uncles, as well as the emperors of other countries, I have to pretend to be a foolish monarch and secretly accumulate strength. The empress sighed again. However, to develop the power that belongs to me requires not only time, but also a lot of money. I am too short of money, I have no money in the private treasury, I want to use the money from the state treasury, but the money is unknown to me. How many pairs of eyes are staring? If you use it, it will definitely reveal my intentions and cause others to be alert. And now, there is a good way to make money. The Queen's voice carried a hint of joy, that is to transfer the money that Lin Beifan has greedily obtained to me. After I have money, I can develop a company that belongs to me. Use your own strength to deal with the big crisis in the future. Your Majesty, this is indeed a good way. However, taking money from him is a problem. If you use it forcefully, it may lead to uncontrollable consequences. I have to ask you, Sister Qing, I believe you can do it. The Empress blinked mischievously. I only have one request, don't reveal my identity. After all, this is not very glorious, and I secret development power, the fewer people know about this kind of thing, the better. It's a bit difficult to do, but I'll try my best to find a way. Thank you, Sister Qing. The white shadow gradually disappeared. On the second day, Lin Beifan went out early and went to the morning. At noon, he walked into Lin Beifan's room carrying 2 large suitcases vigorously. This scene happened to be seen by Li Shishi. So he exclaimed curiously, "Dolly, what are you doing?" Vigorously bowed his head and said respectfully, "If you go back to the young lady, when the young master went out this morning, he gave me a silver note worth 100,000 and asked me to go to the bank to exchange it for 100,000 taels. It contains 100,000 taels of silver. 100,000 taels of silver." Li Shishi's eyes were dazed. At this time, Dolly had finished carrying it and closed the door of the room. "Young mistress, I have nothing to do, I'll go to work first." "Well, let's go." After vigorously leaving, Li Shishi walked over slowly, pushed open the door of Lin Beifan's room, and opened the 2 large boxes placed by the bedside, and was immediately blinded by the bright silver light inside. It's really 100,000 taels. Li Shishi's eyes were complicated, with sadness, disappointment, and confusion. In the evening, when Lin Beifan came back for dinner, he found that Li Shishi's face was not normal, he was a little haggard, and he couldn't eat. So he asked with concern, "What's the matter, are you not feeling well?" Li Shishi showed a reluctant smile. "Well, it may be a little cold, and the body is not very comfortable, thank you for your concern. Would you like a doctor to show you?" "No, it's not a big problem, you should be fine after a sleep." "Okay, go back and rest as soon as you finish your meal." The 2 of them spoke very little, and seemed to have something on their minds. After dinner, Li Shishi went back to his room to rest. And Lin Beifan also returned to his room, opened the big box full of silver taels, stretched out his hand, and crushed the silver into pieces one by one. In the dead of night, Lin Beifan put on his night clothes again, and secretly went out with broken money to spread his wealth. Not long after he left, a shadowy figure appeared in front of Lin Beifan's door. Knocked on the door and called twice, but no one answered. As a result, with force, the door was pushed open. But found no one inside. 2 large boxes containing silver were opened, but there was not a single piece of silver in them. "Where's your lord? And those silver taels?" Li Shishi felt that he seemed to be caught in a huge fog. In her mind, Lin Beifan became more and more mysterious. In less than an hour, Lin Beifan went home with all his money. But as soon as he arrived at the door of the room, he keenly felt that there was another person in the room, sitting on his bed. He was very alert, and immediately broke into the door. "Who is it?" His hands were not slow, and he quickly grabbed the opponent's throat. But at this time, Lin Beifan had already recognized the person in front of him and quickly withdrew his hand. "Master, why are you here?" "Sir, the teacher has been waiting for you." Li Shishi stood up from the bed and bravely walked towards the masked man in black. Reaching out a trembling hand, he took the other party's mask. Then, saw a familiar face. At this moment, tears suddenly burst into his eyes, but he laughed excitedly. "Sir, I knew it was you. You are the Yi Sha, right? You are the Yi Sha who has been fighting for righteousness and wealth recently, right?" Chapter 35. They are greedy, I am more greedy than them. They rape, I am more raped than them. Lin Beifan turned and closed the door first. Then, she looked at the familiar figure in front of her with complex eyes. "Why do you say that?" "For a long time, it has been rumored that the Lord is also a corrupt official. However, in the long-term process of getting along, the teacher found that your Lord is not such a person. You are indifferent by nature, not seeking fame and wealth, not greedy for enjoyment, not afraid of power, and treat others sincerity and equality. How can such a person be a corrupt official?" But this morning, Shishi saw that Dolly had transported 2 boxes of silver over, which made Shishi feel doubtful and uneasy. So, Shishi came over tonight, but found that the building was empty and the money was not there. It's gone. I think of the fact that there is an extra night warrior in the capital recently. He uses justice to help the poor and the poor, but no one knows his identity, and no one knows where the money comes from. This person, and the time when the adult high school champion began to embezzle, completely it matches. Therefore, the teacher made a bold guess. Now seeing the adults come back in night clothes, I am even more sure of the guess in my heart. So, my lord, you are the Nighthawk, aren't you? Li Shishi held Lin Beifan's cheek carefully, and stared into his eyes tightly and tenderly. Lin Beifan nodded. Yes, I'm Nighthawk. Well, Li Shishi covered his mouth excitedly. Lin Beifan continued, hundreds of officials exploited the common people, making their lives difficult. I gave all the money I stole to the poor people. I hope they can live a better life with this money. Sir, why are you doing this? Do you know how dangerous it is for you to do this? Li Shishi grabbed Lin Beifan's arms and said excitedly. Why did you do this? If you are not greedy for money, you will be sorry for the system, but if you are greedy, you will be sorry for your conscience. But you can't say that. Of course I know, but I have a last resort. Lin Beifan sighed. I was born into a poor family, and I saw with my own eyes that the officials exploited the people, and in the village of Fish and Meat, the people were struggling to live, and the situation was very difficult. I had resentment in my heart, so I was angry and tried to be admitted to the top spot, just to get revenge on them. As much as I stole away from the people, I will greedily return it to the original owner. This is the only thing I can do. You can be a good and honest official, and you can also benefit the people. Li Shishi advised. It's too simple for you to think. Lin Beifan smiled bitterly. The imperial court is already filthy. There are obscure rulers at the top, and courtiers at the bottom. Even if you are not greedy, others will try their best to make you greedy. If you are still not greedy, I will try my best to pull you off your horse. Today's court can't hold a clean official. Yeah, the court can't accommodate a clean official. Li Shishi murmured with deep understanding. Her father was also determined to be a good official. But in the midst of corruption and treacherous officials in the imperial court, self-protection alone is also a problem. If nothing else, the civil and military officials of the Manchu dynasty are corrupt officials, but you yourself are an honest official, you can't pee in a pot, and you are directly isolated. Just trying to do something is very difficult. In the end, under the sugar-coated cannonballs of others, I also fell. It's like a pot of black and turbid ink, a drop of water will never wash it white. If that's the case, why don't I join forces? Lin Beifan sneered. They're greedy, I'm more greedy than them. They're rapacious, I'm more wicked than them. Otherwise, how can I beat them? They are greedy, I am more greedy than them. They rape, I am more raped than them. Otherwise, how can you beat them? Li Shishi's delicate body trembled. There was also a grayish-white figure outside the window, and its figure also trembled slightly. But your innocence, my lord. My innocence, it doesn't matter. Lin Beifan smiled lightly. Anyway, I never thought about being an official for a lifetime. What do I want these reputations for? He is a good man. The world is so big, where can I go? To be honest, my biggest dream has never been to be an official. It's to be a martial arts hero, walking around the rivers and lakes, hoeing the strong and helping the weak, and rejoicing in revenge. When I see injustice, I take care of it, and I stab anyone who is unhappy. In the past, why is it so troublesome as it is now? Sir, Li Shishi's eyes blurred with tears. However, Lin Beifan's image in her mind became clearer. He turns out to be a young man who pursues freedom and romance. But for the sake of the people of Dawn, I had to abandon martial arts and follow literature, and threw myself into the filthy officialdom, doing things I didn't want to do, in front of a corrupt official that everyone hated, and I hated myself. For the sake of the world, leave your free luggage, carry a heavy shell, and move forward with a heavy load. At this moment, Li Shishi burst into tears. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel. Chapter 36 Lin Iching, it an amp's really too difficult. Master, why are you crying? Lin Beifan was startled. Li Shishi shook his head violently and smiled. The teacher did not cry. This is joy. It is excitement. Happy what? Excited about what? To be honest, Lin Beifan is very incomprehensible. You know, what he's doing now is his head, and he doesn't know when he'll lose his head. Should Li Shishi, as a follower of him, not be afraid? Should he not be afraid? Why is it? Excited and excited, especially her beautiful eyes. He was full of love, and his eyes were full of him, which made Lin Beifan feel a little uncomfortable. So, he said fiercely, Master, you already know my true identity now. You said, what should I do to you? After all, the less people know about my identity, the better. Li Shishi smiled, and approached Lin Beifan bravely step by step, no matter what the adults do to me. If you want to kill or cut, you can do whatever you want. But before that, Shishi hopes to be your woman. Li Shishi suddenly rushed over and hugged Lin Beifan's neck tightly, face to face. Feeling the warmth in his arms, Lin Beifan was short of breath. Don't regret it. Teacher. I won't regret it until I die. So, Lin Beifan picked up the beauty in his arms and rushed towards the big bed. The moon is bright and the stars are rare, and the piano and the melody are melodious. At this time, the white shadow outside the window disappeared. In the palace, Bai Ying reported to the empress one by one what she saw and heard tonight. The imperial court is already filthy. There are obscure rulers and ministers below. Even if you are not greedy, others will try their best to make you greedy. If you are still not greedy, they will try their best to bring you down. Today's court, there is simply no room for a clean official. Like a bottle of black and turbid ink, a drop of water will never wash off. If that's the case, why don't you mix and match? They are greedy, and I am more greedy than them. They are wicked, and I am more wicked than them. Otherwise, how can I beat them? Innocent, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I never thought of being an official for a lifetime. What's the use of these reputations? I can be as long as I can. If I can't, I run away, and I'm a good guy who hides his name. The world is so big, where can I go? Quote. My biggest dream has never been to be an official. It's to be a martial arts hero, walking the rivers and lakes, hoeing the strong and helping the weak, and rejoicing in gratitude and hatred. The queen was lost in thought. After a long time, he sighed in shame. Lin Iching, I have wronged you. She understands Lin Beifan's pain too much. For the sake of the people at dawn, he had to give up his dream to become an official in the court, and became a corrupt official that everyone hated. And she is the same. For the sake of Zhongshan society and Ji, she has to pretend to be a foolish monarch. One for the people and one for the country. And what Lin Beifan did was 100 times more difficult than her. She is still Emperor Dao after all, occupying the name of orthodoxy. But what about Lin Beifan? The civil and military of the Manchu dynasty are all enemies. The common people do not understand him, and call him a corrupt official. All eyes are on the enemy, no one is a helper. Only one person can hold faith and walk alone. The empress sighed again, her heart full of pity. Lin Iching, it's really too difficult. Yeah, it's really hard for him. He gave up all pursuits and threw himself into the filthy officialdom, fighting against corrupt officials and courtiers to fight all this injustice, but he endured the infamy, and his feelings and spirits are comparable to the most holy in the world. Bai Ying sighed. She has almost reached the top of the world. She is calm, not shocked by honor or shame, and not moved by foreign objects. But today, for the first time, she was moved by a person. The strength is weak, but the heart is full of vigorous and powerful energy. Small in stature, but great in personality. No, he's not alone. The empress stood up excitedly. He has no helper, so I will be his biggest helper. If he has no backer, I will be his biggest backer. Let us monarchs and ministers join hands to build great martial arts. Your Majesty is wise. Bai Ying bowed. On the second day, Lin Beifan woke up in the midst of Wenxiang Nephrite. Husband, my concubine is here to change your clothes. Husband, my concubine will change your shoes for you. Husband. Lin Beifan felt a little uncomfortable. Okay, teacher, I can do all this, don't bother you. But, this is what the concubine should do, and the concubine likes it. Li Shishi gave Lin Beifan a charming look and continued to serve Lin Beifan. At this moment, Lin Beifan wanted to hug Li Shishi and go back to sleep. I sighed in my heart, no wonder the ancient kings didn't go to court early, and who would want to get up when sleeping with a beautiful woman in their arms. Under the service of Li Shishi, Lin Beifan has already put on his official uniform. Then he carried Li Shishi back to the bed, and said gently, okay, you worked hard last night, and your health was ill, so sleep a little longer. Yeah, Li Shishi nodded happily. When going out, Li Shishi called out again, by the way, husband, what do you have for dinner? Shishi prepares in advance. Lin Beifan laughed. It's okay. You are the hostess here, you make up your mind. Yeah, Li Shishi nodded happily again. I wanted to close my eyes and go to sleep, but I couldn't sleep anymore. Turning his head to look at the window, he found that the sky has begun to clear, and everything has begun to recover. Just like her mood, so beautiful. Chapter 37. I love the champion so much, you faint. Jinluan Hall, early morning. Meet your majesty, long live my emperor, long live long live. Everyone loves you for free. Thank you, your majesty. The empress sat high on the dragon chair and watched the audience. Seeing Lin Beifan standing at the back, his eyes lit up and he smiled. Where is Lin Iching? Lin Beifan stood up and clasped his hands. Your majesty, what is your order to Wei Chen? It's not a big deal, I just want to see you. The empress smiled with satisfaction. Lin Iching, you've been an official for some time, how are you now, are you still used to it? Is there anything you don't understand? Avoid your majesty's words, Wei Chen is all right, please rest assured, your majesty. Lin Beifan said with a hand. How is the work of Gujijian? Have you started it now? The queen's smile remained unchanged. Your majesty's words, with the help of my colleagues, Wei Chen has become familiar with the work and environment of Gujijian, and all the work has been carried out smoothly. Lin Beifan said loudly. Yes, as expected of the champion I admire the most. I reward your mansion, can you live comfortably? It was a very comfortable stay, thank you your majesty for the reward. Have you eaten well? Look at you, you seem to be much thinner than before. If you go back to your majesty. After the questions and answers, Lin Beifan was a little flattered. Why is the empress today so weird? So concerned about his daily diet. So sweet, it made him feel embarrassed. The 100 officials standing around looked at each other in dismay, feeling tired and crooked. Please, your majesty, even if you favor Lin Beifan again, can you take a look at this place first? This is the Golden Palace, a place to discuss national affairs. Can you talk about your greasy and crooked things in another setting? However, all the old foxes present did not speak. After one round of questioning, Lin Beifan's answer was perfect and impeccable. However, the empress was not satisfied. The reason why she asked Lin Beifan was to know what Lin Beifan lacked and what problems he encountered, and then compensated him and thanked him for everything he secretly paid. As a result, you have nothing and need nothing, what should I do? I'm having a hard time, okay. Lin Iching, it seems that you didn't tell the truth. You know, this is the crime of deceiving the king. The empress shouted. Lin Beifan panicked. Your majesty, why did you say this? You have just entered the office, so it is impossible that you have no problems at all. Now that I ask you, you will tell me honestly. Otherwise, I will convict you of deceiving the king. The empress said loudly. Your majesty, do you have to say it? Lin Beifan stared. Say, you must say it. The queen's voice was sonorous. Lin Beifan sighed. Well, Wei Chen did encounter a problem. What's the problem, tell me quickly. The empress, eyes lit up. Your majesty, because Wei Chen has just become an official, his salary is meager and his wealth is limited. And the consumption in the capital is increasing day by day, so Wei Chen has already made ends meet. Lin Beifan said shyly. The corners of the mouths of the officials present twitched. What the hell, I even came to cry poor again. Since you became an official, you have already embezzled several million taels. Even their son's money is greedy, how dare he cry poor? What a shameless man. However, the empress nodded in agreement. Lin Beifan had no family background before, and he had not been an official for a long time. His official position was low and his salary was limited. And all the money he has greed has been distributed, and he has to support a family of several people. It is indeed very difficult in this capital where the land is expensive. So, the empress said distressedly, Iching has really worked hard. Let's do this, I will ask the Ministry of Household to increase your salary and silver to solve your lack of money. Look, how about giving you salary and silver according to the specifications of a fourth-rank official? Lin Beifan was stunned. I didn't do anything, just give me a raise. What does this mean, why can't I understand it? Baiguan is also not calm. Give this bastard a pay raise without working for a few days. And 1+ to the 4th grade. Is it too messy? The minister of the household first stood up and said loudly, reporting to your majesty, this is inappropriate. Since the founding of the Great Wu Kingdom, the Tezu has set the rules. Officials of each rank can only be paid according to the rank you belong to. How can you abide by the rules and maintain the court as stable? The rules cannot be broken, the laws of the ancestors cannot be violated. Please think twice. Please think twice, Your Majesty. The officials said in unison. Looking at the group of officials who sang against her, the Empress said with a hint of anger, "Okay, let's not adjust the salary. Then I will reward him with 10,000 taels of silver, should it be okay?" It was the Minister of the Household who spoke first. "Reporting to Your Majesty, the reward silver comes from the national treasury and involves the national capital, so it cannot be used lightly. Lin Xie has no merit, and rashly rewarding it is inconsistent with the principles and laws. Please think twice. Please think twice, Your Majesty." Baiguan replied again. The queen's chest heaved with anger. She just wanted to compensate the only honest official in the dynasty. Why is it so difficult? You corrupt officials. Sooner or later, I will kill you all. Okay, I don't need to use the money from the state treasury. It should be fine to use the money from the private treasury, right? This is my money, and I can give it to anyone I want. The Empress said angrily. His Majesty. Needless to say, I have made up my mind. Baiguan looked at the Empress's indifference, and shook their heads one after another. A word popped up in my mind involuntarily, dazed Jun. Chapter 38 My damn charm that has nowhere to go. Lin Beifan is still stunned. I don't understand why the Empress was so kind to her, and she rewarded him 10,000 taels for nothing. You know, he is now a 6th rank official, and his annual salary is more than 1,300 taels. The 10,000 taels of silver was already equivalent to his salary for 7 or 8 years. And the money is completely legal and can be used. Lin Beifan secretly glanced at the aloof female emperor. The other party should not really like him, right? After thinking about it seriously, it seems that there is only one possibility. Otherwise, what else can the Empress do to me? Lin Beifan couldn't help but sighed, blaming me for this damned no-place charm. I've tried my best to keep a low profile, but I still can't hide it. What should I do if one day, the female emperor has a wild beastly nature and asks me to go to bed? Am I from, or not from? If you don't obey, you will be disobeying the decree. Since then, the innocence is not there. Oh, what a nerve-wracking thing. But the female emperor looks so beautiful, it seems that it is not impossible. Lin Beifan shook his face, allowing himself to come over from his wild thoughts. Based on the idea of taking advantage of benefits and taking advantage of them, Lin Beifan said loudly, "Thank you Lord Long En." The Empress nodded with satisfaction. Lin Iching, let me know if you need anything in the future, and if you encounter any problems, let me know, and I will do my best to help you solve it. What the hell? Baiguan's heart was once again unbalanced. Sending money is not enough, and other problems are also solved together. Did the Empress dote on this bastard too much? How can he be? Is it because he is young? Just because he is handsome? At this moment, no matter how calm the officials are, they are still envious. Thank you, Your Majesty, for your concern. I will do my best and die. Lin Beifan said gratefully. Glancing at these old officials proudly, the handsome guy has an advantage over you. After the morning court, Lin Beifan took the bounty to work at the Imperial College. Going home from get off work early in the afternoon. After all, there is a sweet wife in the family, and all men know it. As soon as he stepped into the house, a Chenyang Ruyan rushed over. Husband, why did you come back so early? It is Lin Beifan's new wife Li Shishi. I saw that she photographed the dust and folds on Lin Beifan's body like a wife, cautiously and very seriously. The smoke wave is gentle and charming, and Lin Beifan's shadow is in his eyes. This affectionate look made Lin Beifan's heart sway. Lin Beifan smiled and said, I have nothing to do today. I missed you, so I came back early. When did Li Shishi hear such a direct confession? Especially from a sweetheart. Suddenly shyly bowed his head. That shy and timid appearance was indescribably beautiful. Lin Beifan's heart swayed again. This woman is getting more and more attractive. At this time, Li Shishi saw that Lin Beifan was carrying a small box, and asked curiously, Husband, this is? Lin Beifan smiled and said, This is the 10,000 taels of silver rewarded by Her Majesty the Empress. He opened the box, took out 2 silver ingots from the inside, and gave them to Dali and Xiaoqui, respectively, saying, This is for you, add some clothes and household items to yourself. Thank you sir. Thank you sir. The two laughed heartily. Master, I'll leave the rest to you. Okay, husband. Li Shishi smiled happily. In this world, men are in charge of outside and women are in charge. Men are responsible for making money outside, and women are responsible for financial management and housekeeping. Lin Beifan gave him the money to take care of, which was an acknowledgement of her mistress status. Next is dinner time. Lin Beifan looked at the large table of dishes and was shocked. Why is it so rich today? These are all arranged by the concubine. The concubine doesn't know what the husband wants to eat, so it is all arranged. Li Shishi laughed. It will cost a lot of money. Lin Beifan felt distressed. Even if the adults eat, even if the meal is like this, the concubine can still afford it. Li Shishi covered his mouth and smiled. Why? Lin Beifan was puzzled. Because, the concubine made a lot of money before entering the school, and brought it into the Lin mansion as a dowry, and there are still 140,000 taels left. Although we can't guarantee that our husband and wife will be rich and wealthy, it guarantees that my husband and wife will have no worries about food and clothing for the rest of their lives. Quote. Lin Beifan was shocked. When Li Shishi redeemed himself, he spent 50,000 taels of silver. Unexpectedly, there are still 140,000 taels left. The number 10 Oran in the capital can really make money. He even married a rich woman back. Lin Beifan smiled and said, looks like I'm going to eat your soft rice in the future. Li Shishi's face became serious. Husband, you are not allowed to say that. Husband and wife are one body, and the concubine's money is the husband's money. We don't divide each other. Good good. Lin Beifan burst out laughing. Having a wife like this, what can a husband ask for? Next, drink and eat. In fact, it was mainly Lin Beifan who was eating. Li Shishi was pouring wine and vegetables for Lin Beifan. He stared at Lin Beifan, smiling uncontrollably. Lin Beifan feels so happy today. In the early morning, inexplicably, the empress gave 10,000 taels. When I came back home, there was delicious food and wine, and there was a sweet wife to serve. What a beautiful day. Sure enough, kind people will never be mistreated. Especially a kind and handsome person like me is simply the favorite cub of God's father. Chapter 39 Help the Poor One, Help the Poor One. During the period, Xiaoqui and Dolly didn't want to be a light bulb, so they left early after eating. In the lobby, only Lin Beifan and his wife were left. Due to the urgency last night, neither of the two had time to talk properly, and there were too many puzzles in their hearts, and now they finally opened up the conversation. Until now, Lin Beifan didn't know that his beautiful wife was born in an official and a lady. But because of his father's corruption, the family fell apart and fell to Baoafeng. Therefore, the other party hates corrupt officials very much. After knowing that Lin Beifan is not a corrupt official, but an honest and good official who pleads for the people's orders, the grudge in my heart completely disappeared, and I fell in love with him completely. How does God care for the concubine body? Let the concubine body meet her husband. Li Shishi felt so lucky. Originally, she wanted to get rid of Gao Yanei's entanglement, so she found Lin Beifan, the celebrity in front of Her Majesty the Empress, as her backing. Unexpectedly, I found the best person in the world. Only 8 buckets high, learn to be rich 5 cars. Merry and suave, looks better than Panan. Virtuous and noble, caring for the people. And good for her, she felt happy to die. I wasted half my life and exhausted all my luck, in exchange for the best Rui Langjun in my life. If other sisters knew about it, they would definitely envy her. It's also my luck to meet you. Lin Beifan said with a smile, but follow me, you will suffer. In the future, you will die with me at any time, and you may even lose your head. Are you afraid? Husband, don't say that. Marrying a chicken follows a chicken, marrying a dog follows a dog. If something happens in the future, the concubine will accompany you to travel around the world and be a pair of desperate couples. If you lose your head unfortunately, the concubine will accompany you to the underworld. Wangquan Road, accompany you all the way, and be husband and wife again in the next life. Concubine is your person in life, and your ghost in death. Li Shishi tightly grabbed Lin Beifan's hand. Lin Beifan's body trembled, and he embraced him without hesitation. In my heart, I secretly said, for the beauty in my arms, I must be more greedy in the future, so that I can protect myself. After dinner, they simply cleaned up and the two went back to their room. The romance of the night, needless to say. In the next few days, Lin Beifan went to work early in the morning, then went to work in Gujijian. Of course, sometimes in the dead of night, he would sneak out to disperse his wealth. However, his scattered wealth is getting less and less. At the beginning, 100,000 could be distributed, only 50,000 on the second day, and even less than 10,000 on the third day. On the fourth day, Li Shishi witnessed Lin Beifan go out with a bunch of treasures, and then bring them all back. Husband, why? Lin Beifan sighed, it's already saturated. Nearly 3 million taels have been distributed since he became a night warrior, and he has basically taken care of the poor people in the capital. It ranges from 10 taels per person, which is enough to improve them life, so that life will not be poor, and no amount will be too much. Why? Li Shishi was puzzled. Because human nature is complicated. If I give them money, they will be grateful to me. Give them the second time, and they will still be grateful to me. But the third and fourth time, they will no longer be grateful to me. The habit of money, no longer working, not thinking about making progress, being indolent rather than working, people are completely ruined. If I don't give it, they will not only not appreciate me, but will also resent me. Lin Beifan sighed. So, help the poor first, help the poor first. Li Shishi suddenly said, what my husband said is very true. Then think of this sentence said by Lin Beifan, help the poor first, help the poor first. So brief, yet thought-provoking. Li Shishi looked at Lin Beifan admiringly, with little stars in his eyes. As expected of his own husband. But what about this batch of money? Lin Beifan threw the silver tael in his hand on the ground. Keep it for now, there will always be a chance to disperse it later. At this moment, a white shadow suddenly appeared in front of the two of them. Why don't you give me this money? Lin Beifan feels creepy. All the hairs on my body stand up. You know, he is a congenital master. In the martial arts world, they are all elders and sect leaders, with great strength. As a result, this person appeared in front of him unknowingly, and he couldn't even feel it. Ghost. Li Shishi was so frightened that he threw himself into Lin Beifan's arms. Don't be afraid, she's not a ghost, she's just a strong martial artist. Lin Beifan comforted Li Shishi while watching the white shadow in front of him with vigilance. Who are you and what are you doing here at my house? Don't be afraid. In fact, if I wanted to kill you, I would have already killed you. I just watched you running around for the people these days, with all your sincerity, that's why you didn't do it. The other party's tone is very flat, the voice is a little magnetic, but also a little nice. However, when this word reached Lin Beifan's ears, it made him even more horrified. Chapter 40 Like a god and a devilish white Avalokitesvara. This shows that the other party has long been eyeing him. And it was originally to kill him. I just followed along and saw what he did for the people, so I didn't do it. For a long time, his life was hanging by a thread. It's so scary. Who the hell are you? What's your purpose here? Lin Beifan asked. My real name is Bai Qingshan, but people in Zhonghu call me Bai Guanyin. Bai Ying in front of him said. There seemed to be a layer of white mist covering her body, although she couldn't see her appearance clearly, but judging from her graceful posture, she must be a woman who was alluring. Bai Guanyin. Li Shishi, who was in Lin Beifan's arms, exclaimed. You know? Lin Beifan asked, bowing his head. Li Shishi nodded excitedly. I know. Husband, don't be afraid, she is a good person. Lin Beifan let go. Li Shishi looked at the white shadow in front of him, and said excitedly, Bai Guanyin is a chivalrous woman who appeared 10 years ago. No one knows her appearance and origin, but her martial arts are unfathomable and like a god. Demon. Every time I appear, I only see a white shadow, fluttering in and out, like a fairy. Bai Guanyin comes and goes without a trace, but every time he appears, it will inevitably bring blood and blood. Up to the corrupt officials in the court, down to the great demons in the rivers and lakes, she can't escape her palm. The most commendable thing is that she once chased and killed 3 great masters and demons who were chasing the world, spanning 3,000 miles, crossing 3 dynasties, and killing each other in the palm of her hand. This battle made her famous all over the world. Lin Beifan was taken aback. Even the master died 3 times in the opponent's hands, no wonder it was so terrifying. I can't afford to offend this little congenital. There are still some deeds I won't go into detail. The other party often distributes the money scraped from the dog officials to the common people. Because he is beautiful and immortal, he has the heart of a bodhisattva, so he is called Bai Guanyin. It's just that he disappeared in recent years, and I didn't expect to see you again. Li Shishi asked excitedly, are you really Bai Guanyin? If it's fake, Bai Ying said indifferently. Why are corrupt officials prevalent all these years, but you haven't done anything? The other party sighed, because later, I met a child. She is very wise, she is very smart. She told me that corrupt officials can't be killed, and the devil can't be eliminated. As long as we cultivate corrupt officials and devils, if the soil remains the same, then there will still be corrupt officials who are killed, and the devil will emerge after killing them, so when will they end? In her, I saw the stubborn ills of society, and at the same time I saw hope. So, I stopped and guarded her side to see how she changed this filthy world. Lin Beifan and the two could hear deep helplessness from her tone. The bad guys have killed so many people that they are full of despair for society. Even if you have a martial arts that is unmatched in the world, what can you do? So, you originally planned to kill me, didn't you? Lin Beifan said angrily. What do you think? The other party's eyes shifted. Although she couldn't see her face clearly, Lin Beifan felt that she was smiling, not a smile. Bai Guanyin, my husband is the best official in the world, don't hurt him. Li Shishi stood in front of Lin Beifan. Bai Ying, also known as Bai Qingshan, said, he is naturally a good official, otherwise I would have killed him long ago, why would I have kept him until now? It's just the way he was an honest official, which really opened my eyes. Forced by the situation, Lin Beifan sighed. I understand. Being a corrupt official requires rape, and being a clean official is even more important. Otherwise, how can you beat a corrupt official? Right. Lin Beifan nodded cheekily. Unexpectedly, what she said to Li Shishi that night was heard by her. Something indescribable happened that night. The other party won't be watching the battle from the sidelines, right? Luckily you are a woman. If it's a man, I'll fight with you right away. Li Shishi also felt relieved. As for the money you have, if there is no other use, why don't you leave it to me? Bai Qingshan said to Lin Beifan. You take it to help the poor? Lin Beifan asked. No. This method is the most inferior, it can help for a while, but not forever. As long as the society does not change at all, there will still be poverty, injustice, and the people will still be in dire straits. So, I will use it to do a big thing. Once this is done, the entire dynasty will undergo earth-shaking changes. When he said this, Bai Qingshan's eyes lit up. Okay. I'll give it all to you. Lin Beifan pushed out all the silver coins and bills in the box without hesitation. Bai Qingshan was stunned. You don't ask clearly, just give it to me. Too lazy to ask. If you ask too much, you will be troubled. Lin Beifan said with a smile. A powerhouse like you, who is a good person, doesn't even speak to a small person like me, and he can transfer money without my consent. Take it. And you have this question now, which proves that you are a person with principles and bottom lines. Also, through the exchange just now, I found that we should be doing the same thing, but the method may be slightly different. If so, why should I bother with these little things? Bai Qingshan took a deep look at Lin Beifan and said with a smile, what a smart little guy, no wonder he was the champion in high school. Besides, I can give you all the money I'm greedy for in the future. Lin Beifan went on to say, I only hope that you can promise me one thing. What's the matter, say it. Thank you for watching. Continue exploring the fascinating world of Chinese novel with us. Hit that subscribe button on Chinese Novel Audiobook to stay updated with our latest stories and never miss out a great listen.